Hello beauties! Welcome back to another shop drop video where we put in the work to pick out our favorite products and eventually add it onto our shop.
Yes.
Because you guys have been asking for sunscreens, we finally got more sunscreens in stock.
Yes.
Because you guys absolutely love the hair care. We tried out a bunch more.
Oh my god.
And guys, we're so excited because these are from brands that we've all loved.
And I think this one's especially special because we haven't done one in so long, but this is probably the biggest drop that we've done since probably even starting.
Yeah.
So we've been really at it trying to source and try all these products. So this is gonna be a pretty long video. Please get comfortable. And what do you want to start with?
Hair.
Okay, so yes, hair. Let's do it. Ding! Voila! Hair care!
Hair care.
Oh my god, this is like what I'm probably most excited for in all the additions to the store because hair care is such a huge thing now. We know face is not just, you know, skin on the face. It is scalp skin, it's like hair. Let's go through it. We have hair masks, shampoos, and hair turbans.
Accessories.
Accessories!
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to go in?
The 107.
Okay.
If you guys know 107, the brand, their skincare products has the 7-year aged vinegar that's also in this shampoo. And when you think of vinegar, when you think of fermented products, and then I think they also have prebiotics and probiotics in there as well, just like all concocted into this beautiful, beautiful shampoo that's this like dark amber color.
Yes.
It's very subtle, and I think this is like,
And it's huge.
it's massive. And I just think it's so good for my scalp in that this is like daily maintenance. If your scalp is like super irritated or like super flaky and or
Yeah.
oily, I will use the Sacha Juan scalp shampoo that's like amazing, amazing, amazing for just like excited sebum production of the scalp.
Yeah.
And once you kind of have that regulated, this is more of like the daily maintenance to make sure it's not like getting out of whack again. But I will say, if your scalp is super oily, this isn't gonna like miraculously make it go away, but it will help maintain your hair once you kind of balance.
Yes, I feel like because using this for like a couple weeks compared to the Sacha Juan gives you that really clean and fresh feeling where you're just like, yeah, like almost reborn and your dandruff and all that flakiness is gone. This one is like, it does the same thing because it's also got salicylic acid and the salicylic acid helps to like break down that flakiness. But yeah, it's a lighter cleanse.
It's a bit lighter. Yeah.
But I realized it made my hair feel like floofy.
It's so soft. It makes your hair super soft.
Yeah.
And I think the trick with a lot of these scalp shampoos, I don't think it says in the back of this, but it's when you're washing your hair, massage it in and just leave it in your scalp for a minute or two, or just like as you wash your face or as you wash your body to really allow like the BHA and or all the nourishing ingredients like penetrate into your scalp before you wash it off.
Yes.
Even the same thing with the Sacha Juan. If you really want it to work, just leave it in for a little longer and then rinse it out.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's kind of like a mask for your scalp.
This has ginseng, so it's like, you know,
It's like
luxurious.
skincare,
Yeah.
scalp care.
Other things to call out, it's got caffeine, biotin, and niacinamide. So it just makes you think, why can't I use this on my face?
Yeah.
It's like almost the same thing. Don't do that. It's got more like surfactants in there to take away the grease. But yeah, love it. And we're so excited.
Okay, the next thing I'm actually very curious about that I haven't tried yet, but you've tried a lot of, is the Renewal hairline.
Oh yes.
Tell us about it.
So you guys might know the toner essence that Renewal is known for, right? Think about this as their shampoo version for the hair. Almost like this, it's like an everyday in-between cleanse. So once again, comparing it to Sacha Juan, because that one is a little bit more expensive, but it does the work of like just getting away all that grime. I don't like using that every day because like you almost
It's
feel
expensive.
Like it's like literally going down the drain. So I would pair, much like a toner where you have an exfoliating toner and a normal hydrating toner, it's the same with shampoo. Use that when you really need it and then use these
These two?
yeah, these two in between on the days that you're like, it's okay. I don't need that much of a thing. This is the low pH every day. Similar to the skin, low pH just means that it will help with maintaining that pH level. It's not too dry, it's not too oily, it's like right in the middle, which is why I feel like it's the perfect everyday.
How would you say the difference between these two?
So I feel like if you have really greasy, built up, that kind of hair, this has got a bit of salicylic acid in it. So just that alone will help kind of get into the porous scalp area and like relieve that. This one utilizes tea tree, which is really good for relieving itchiness as well, anti-inflammatory and all that. So they are quite different. I would say this is like bespoke because it's got that, you know, vinegar in it. So it's like nothing else compares to this formulation, but also nothing else compares to this.
So these two are more scalp related daily maintenance shampoos. But let's say your hair is thin, you're losing it, it is damaged, it is not hydrated, and you're at your wit's end and you don't know what to do. Yes. Guys, this CP1, it reminds me of like R2D2 or like BB8.
Oh my God. It sounds intense.
Yeah. It is the anti-hair loss scalp infusion shampoo that, quote, this infusion shampoo adds to the diameter of each strand to thicken and strengthen hair.
Yes. It sounds intense, right? But look at the consistency. It's like a gel essence.
Whoa.
Isn't that amazing? The finesse of the formula.
Okay, tell us about it.
Okay, so like...
I don't need this. My hair's already so thick.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like if you're facing hair loss and extreme dandruff, this is the one you should go to because it's got all the ingredients that your hair and your scalp will need to build it back to a normal skin barrier. So it's got tea tree, salicylic acid, licorice root extract, niacinamide, panthenol, and anti-dandruff ingredient that's in a lot of like really well-known anti-dandruff shampoos, and it's called Climbazole.
Climbazole.
Yes, and out of all the shampoos that we now have that can help with dandruff, this is the one that I think you should go to because it's just like, it does everything.
It also kind of smells like honey. And it feels a bit like, honey that's not sticky.
But like, it is beautiful. Oh my God, it's like this amber gel. Actually, now that you say, all of them are kind of like amber color.
107, CP1.
CP1. So while you wipe that off, I just want to say, if you're going to use this or any shampoo, use the padding of your fingers and really work it into every part of your scalp, like very kind of like stern gentle, like firm gentle. And then even this like back area that just accumulates a bunch of like oils and stuff. And then like this side, oh my God, when you go to the hairdresser, when they do this, oh my God, I'm like about to just pass out.
Go to sleep.
It feels so good. So that is what makes this one different. If you're not into shampoo or if you've got that covered for now, we also have the Herbal Hair Loss Control Hair Tonic. And this one is a spray that you use in between washes. So whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night, whether you just like come home and you feel like, oh my God, my hair is so itchy. It's a little spray nozzle and it's like a mist type of thing. And you just like go over areas that are like really inflamed. I like do it along here because it always gets
your
like
baby hairs are so cute.
Oh my God, I just showered, so they're so fluffy.
Oh, they're so cute. They make your hair look so full.
It's a duck. Not when I tie it back like this and I look like a balding man. But anyway, we'll tackle that later. I should like rub this.
Yeah, just like.
Oh my God, you know how you multi-mask and just do stuff here? I'll like put this here, put this here.
And put this on the strand.
So that one is awesome because it's in between. Anytime you feel itchy, it uses panthenol, salicylic acid, biotone, copper tripeptides, and the fermented black tea. So that's kombucha. So once again, it's like skincare, but for your scalp. Oh my God.
Amazing. It's like a toner. It really is like a toning tonic.
A toner for your scalp. Oh my God, yeah. So good. It's a sprayed toner, but like. So let's move on to, I really want to tell you about these. Okay. So this is a brand called Mise Scene.
Yes.
Mise Scene. It's French. It's a term in like movie making, and it's about like the focus on camera. So I guess it's the hair as the focus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
a cinematography term. So there's two different types. There's a volume care and a damage care. So the reason you might be thinking, why does your hair look kind of like unstyled compared to others? Because I actually used it this morning, this volume care, and oh my God, Ro!
Tell me,
So
yeah.
you know when you go to the hairdresser and they put that
Yeah.
helmet thing over you
Yeah.
and it like steams and everything
Yes.
and it's supposed to treat it
Yeah.
and then you come out with like shiny hair. So this is like an at-home version. Yeah, so there's two steps. You first apply this kind of like thick balm thing all over
Oh.
your strands
Yes.
towards the end. And then, that's not even the crazy part. You open the second and it's a cap and it's full of 7 different types of oils and it smells like a dream. Oh my God,
Amazing.
it's like, it is so good. And you open it up and it's heated. I don't know how this science works, but it recreates that steam, right?
Oh my goodness. I see it. Hot oil plus steam hair cap.
Yeah, and I didn't understand how that would, like, do I have to steam it or like what happened?
You just open it and it started turning hot?
It was just hot. So they suggest that you do this after the shower on damp hair, right? So I guess there's a mixture of your head actually,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
emitting.
just gonna open this.
Okay, so that is the second step.
Oh my God, it's warm.
Right? Okay, so open it up. Doesn't it smell so good? It's like you actually go to
It
a
does.
salon.
It smells like a spa,
Yeah.
like a luxurious spa.
This is the cap,
Yes.
right? Now open this inside. This is where you put your head. So all of this mask is saturated in a film of
my God.
oil, right?
So warm.
Yeah, it's not just like our heat.
Yeah.
There is some tech to this. You have the first step on your
Roots.
mid to ends, and then you put this on and envelop the whole thing, and then there's a little sticker tab, and then you make sure to just tighten that up here so that your head, as it like permeates the heat through, it further gets that into all the strands, and then you leave it on for 5 or 15 minutes, do whatever you want, and it's like warm. Oh my God, that was so cool. Holy crap. So awesome. And then I took it on and I was like literally sweating up here. Just kidding. Time's up. Okay, but what you do is now take it out. Oh God, that's rough. Look at that. Okay. And we're going to wash it off. And then you wash it off. And I would suggest using like a mild shampoo like this one. Nothing that's like too stripping and too clean.
Because you want it to stay on.
Yeah, exactly. I will say this is so worth as like a self-care, indulge, like take care of yourself type of thing. Like my hair is normally kind of straight anyway, so it's hard to tell, but I do feel like it kind
There's
of,
volume.
yeah.
It
It's not just like
flows. Yeah.
type of thing. So yeah, we have the volume one, and then we have the, what is it? The damage one.
Damage care. This is my best friend.
So cool. The only thing I will say is if you have like super long hair or even like a thick coarse hair, there's enough of that step 1 balm to put on mine, but I don't know if you had any longer if it would work, you know, if it was enough. So
Yeah.
what I do recommend is because this is saturated in the 7 oils, work that cap like into your, like use it to
yes.
just like coat everything and then wrap it.
Would you put the serum in your scalp?
Actually, I didn't have enough to go all the way to the roots anyway.
Wow.
It was because like there's so much
Yeah.
like here to deal
It's
with.
usually better to focus on the roots anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's where most of the help is needed.
Yeah, so that's fun. We know you're obsessed with all the headbands that we use in our B-roll footage. And honestly, sometimes we're sent those headbands and so we can't find them for you. But we found a similar type that's like a princess type. It's like
It's
so
adorable.
soft. I'm just gonna use it
Like
actually
a
to get my thing.
unicorn princess.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love these ones that are like thick and
Yeah.
it gives you that Victorian look. Okay, so let's move on.
Hair towels. Hair towels, the purpose why they're amazing for your hair is because traditional like cotton, you know, the way that they're woven, it's actually quite harsh for your hair.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like all those, you know, cotton follicles, as you're like rubbing it, it's too aggressive and it could cause damage or hair loss if you are not the most careful with it.
And frizzy.
And yes, and frizziness. So these hair towel benefits, it's basically like microfiber.
Yeah, it is.
It's like significantly more fine and it's also less fibrous and or like potentially causing static for your hair as traditional hair towels, which is why it's great. And also it's also amazing for sucking in all the moisture and water compared to like normal towels. So the hair towels that I'm used to is just like a open towel. I don't think I've ever used a turban before. After I used this, I was like, so this takes all like, because I feel like an open towel, you need to learn eventually how to like wrap it and then turn it and then tuck it in.
Yeah, so it stays and you're not like, ugh.
Yeah, and it takes time.
Yeah.
It took me like, I don't know, 5 years to master this like, you know, flip and tuck. But with the hair turban, you just put your hair in it, you twist it, you pin it, or like
the
there's,
button.
there's like a little button, you know, you just tie it on the button and then you're done.
And it's like, that's it. You don't have to think about it like being everywhere, falling off. You can do your skincare.
Do whatever you
and
want.
It's like, oh my God, it's
You
so
can go
good.
out.
It is so good. So we have 4 different ones that you guys can choose from. There's a white if you're like classic. There's also, okay, before we get to this one, there's a multicolored like dip tie one that I've been using. There is a pink one. You have the pink one, right?
I have the pink one, yes.
Yeah. And then if you're like feeling super luxe, we have this champagne silk one.
Whoa.
And inside it is the microfiber. Looks a little more fancy. So that's this one here. They all do the same thing.
And then I think what I found is that before using any of these types of hair towels, I will wrap my hair with a normal cotton towel, and when I take it off, my hair's still wet. But with these, it's you can leave it on, and then over time when you actually remove it, it's like your hair is like half dry.
Yeah, it's like damp and
Yeah.
ready to do whatever it is.
Lovely.
Lovely. So that's
Lovely,
hair.
lovely. All right, moving on to skincare.
Surprise!
Surprise! Sheet masks for days.
Seriously?
Yeah.
We had to divide and conquer
We did.
which sheet mask to use and, you know, review.
Pimple patches, anyone?
Yes, pimple patches, sunscreens, Dr. Wu, and spot treatments.
Yes.
So let's start with sheet masks.
Ding, 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 ding. Where shall we begin? Chamomile one that I have the package of, but
Is it the waffle one?
yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Let's talk about that first.
Okay, so that's the Dream Garden one.
It looks like this.
It does! Okay, now that I look at it again, it's like such humble, cute packaging.
It
You
is.
open it and it's like a mask texture I've never experienced.
It's like a waffle towel
yeah.
for your skin, and it hugs your skin so nicely.
It does, and it's like
Plush.
spongy and plush
Yeah.
and like, whoa. You know, when I put that on, I was like, there is no other way to inject skincare into your skin like a mask can.
Than a mask.
Yeah.
And this one has 80% chamomile flower water. It's so juicy. There's so much essence. And you know how some masks, they just go on, it's juicy or it's hydrating and there's a lot of essence, but it kind of dries out over time.
Yeah.
This just like keeps going on, and it's a gift that keeps on giving. It has this very beautiful, like subtle, fragrant scent.
Yeah, it's like, it's chamomile. It's like the flower.
Yeah. And on top of the chamomile flower water, they also have green tea extract, licorice root, ginger root, Centella asiatica, evening primrose.
Evening primrose oil is actually really good for post-acne marks, so any type of hyperpigmentation. This one, it's like a jelly essence on a very plush sheet. And you know how like we filmed last week and I had this like rash on my face? So I used a mask every day this week. And oh my God, guys, I highly suggest you mask every day because my skin is like on its like hydration nation. Whoa, it like
looks
healed
great.
it back to life.
And then I tried the Detox one, let's talk Detox Pore Refining Mask. This is with charcoal and volcanic ash. So this is like your very classic charcoal mask that will help subtly kind of dry out the impurities and also injects hydration back into your skin with green tea leaf extract. When I first started, I also used the chamomile as a first. This is the second sheet mask I used, and this is when I was like, oh yeah, my pores are looking a bit extra, they're looking a bit filled. And I think the main active ingredient in here seems to be niacinamide, and it's all pretty high up on the ingredient list as well. So, you know, if you really have super stubborn, filled blackheads and or pores, this isn't gonna change your life because it's just maintenance. Right? I think sheet masks, that's kind of their purpose. You don't really see a lot of crazy actives in most of these like K-beauty sheet masks, right? It's very nourishing.
Because it'd be too much.
It would. And then these are more like nourishing, hydrating, bringing like the hydration back into your skin type masks. And so this is more of like a maintenance, but I did find that my skin was overall brighter and like my pores were also, it's just not as filled, right? But like it's still there. It's still very much
like
there.
basically takes multiple steps to help with pores, and this is just kind of like one of them.
This is just one.
Yeah.
But it's super fun. It's black. It's a very classic charcoal mask. Yeah. And then you should talk about this one.
Oh,
I also use this one.
Oh my god, this one is awesome. I used it like 4 years ago, and I brought it back home to Australia, and it was the first time that I've used a cream. This was before Tatcha, right?
Yeah.
Like a creamy essence face mask, and I was like, whoa. And at the time I was still very oily, and it was in hot, humid Australia, so it was too much at the time. But now that I'm like more combination dry for whatever reason and irritated, this I think would be perfect. And it's this like beautiful, milky, creamy moisturizing mask.
If you guys have ever tried the Mediheal, like the classic Mediheal sheet mask that's in the blue packaging, but the one that you get at Lotte Duty Free, where they have the little crack cream on top, this is kind of like that crack cream, but in essence form for the sheet mask.
So that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. I tried looking for the longest time specifically for that cream that comes with the Mediheal thing, but they just don't sell it separately. It's only with that specific sheet mask. So this is amazing.
It's also got thicker ingredients to create that veil on the skin, because it's got shea butter, it's got ceramides, it's got beta glucan, but also a little bit of witch hazel, so it can help like balance your skin. Anyway, this is awesome. Just to go over a few of the other ones that they have like a lot, right? We chose a bunch for you guys to try.
And this is so cute. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, rejuvenating snail mask. Love snail.
Yeah.
Anything.
It's so, like the texture is like in a league of its own.
Yes. Oat my bananas.
This is so cute.
Oh my god, did you use this?
I
When
did.
your skin is freaking out. I think this would be great for your skin. It is to soothe and to protect. I'm in a very anti-banana phase right now though.
Oh, okay.
Because you know, just like to eat, because you know how when you put bananas in smoothies, it's like super overpowering.
Yes.
So I'm not the biggest fan of bananas right now, but I'm sure it's great for your skin.
Yeah.
Potassium.
Yes, because one of my favorite moisturizers is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle, and this is like a little mask version.
And then we also have Glow Baby Glow. It's to brighten and smooth. There's a step 1 with the ampoule. There's a step 2 with a brightening and soothing mask.
So then those are the kind of like fun face story ones. They also have this range, which is like your everyday face mask with highlighting a different ingredient. So this is Artemisia, this is jasmine, this is rice, and this is almond. So I tried the rice and then I tried the jasmine. Oh my god, guys. So this jasmine one has a really faint like jasmine smell because it's got the jasmine extract in there. So what I found was it's like your classic sheet mask, right? Like the sheet is really soft, it's plush, it's not like
thinner?
falling off. It's not thin where you put it on for 10 minutes and it's dry. So it's like doing just enough. And it also gives you enough to kind of like keep re-nourishing the mask if you want. But this one I really liked. I actually used it this morning. When I put it on, took it off, the redness actually actually went away.
And your pores look so nice today.
Really?
And unfilled.
Oh wow, well it might be because of these other things. So this one is awesome. It's their moisturizing mask. I used this one actually at the office. I actually love using masks or little pads to just soak my skin because it's been so dry and irritated. This one was really good, soothing, yes it is. Rice is also slightly brightening, so that's just like 2 other ones you can find. There's also almond one and Artemisia. So they're all really hydrating.
So almond is for skin strengthening, and Artemisia is probably for cooling, calming, right?
Calming, soothing.
Soothe redness and breakouts. Mugwort.
Okay, and then we have this range. Oh my god, they're beautiful. It's like this matte packaging.
This is from CosRX. We're stocking 4 different ones. There's Cica, there's Propolis, there's Blemish Care with tea tree, and there is triple hyaluronic acid, which is like super, super hydrating. Let me just say, my skin, I forget how much your skin loves, like can love an ingredient. And I used this one a few days ago. My skin just drinks up Propolis, like anything honey.
So good.
It's just like,
Yeah.
and then instant like, bing.
Bright. Oh my god, yes! The royal jelly in this and propolis, so good. Like probably one of my faves. And the sheet is also like a classic sheet that's soft enough. So if you guys are one of those people that hate like excess essence in it and
it
you
has
don't like
a
it
lot.
running down, yeah, it's like you can re-nourish this, but I also feel like after 20 minutes, it was just enough for me to like work in and it was like good.
This was dripping when I took it out of the
Oh.
package.
This is a little bit like denser than this one.
Yeah.
Because it's just Cica, right?
Yes.
This has got
yes,
honey.
yes.
And yeah, as Rose said, this is the Blemish Care one with anti-inflammatory tea tree that'll help calm your inflammation, acne down. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Pimple patch. So not gonna go too much into these, but we literally went ham trying to find you guys different pimple patches. So this is the Some by Me, a brand that we love. It comes in 2 different sizes. So all of these generally come in 2 different sizes. This is good for every day. It's waterproof. You know, sometimes I forget it's on my face and I go into the shower, do my skincare, and at night I'm
still
like,
there.
what? Yeah. So this one's actually pretty good. This is a really thin one.
Whoa.
Pyeongkangul super slim. So it's like skin-like. You don't even know it's there. This one, Jumiso, is actually a really popular one that we found online. Another hydrocolloid patch. Oh, if you guys don't know like why you should use it, it's actually amazing because if you have a pimple, you want to speed up the recovery of it, right? And you want to kind of like hide it. And using a hydrocolloid patch like these, there's ones with active ingredients like salicylic or tea tree, and there's ones that are just the hydrocolloid. Both work, it just depends what you want. I find that it heals the pimple like doubly quickly because it's not exposed to like bacteria and all that. This is the one that we've loved for a while.
I actually love this one. I just finished it.
Yeah, 2 sizes, 12 millimeters, 10 millimeters.
I think this would probably be a little thicker.
It is compared to like
The other ones, or
Yeah.
like the invisible ones.
And then Face Story has
Oh my
these
goodness.
too.
I can't. I'm just like,
The Game Boy. I actually had this color Game Boy, the purple
wow.
one.
I had the translucent purple one.
Oh my god. Throwback. So this is awesome because it comes with 72 patches.
Wow.
Yeah, and they designed it so one is the day. Should we actually open it?
Yeah,
Let's open it.
both.
Yeah. Just to show you guys, one's AM, which is this one. The other one's PM.
There's 3 sheets of like, I guess, smaller size and 2 sheets of bigger sizes. And
So this comes with 5 sheets.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's for day.
Yeah.
It seems like the PM is a bit thinner. So this one, the one at the PM, I think it's like, you know, just assuming you're gonna do your evening skincare, your skin is cleansed, is just protecting it so that you don't rub against it. This is just a classic hydrocolloid patch, as opposed to the AM, if you look at it, it's one of those,
It's got a concentrated.
yeah, it's like when there's a ring around the actual patch, and in the patch, there's actually a bunch of really amazing ingredients. There's tea tree oil, there's tea tree leaf extract, as well as Centella asiatica. So it's soothing and calming during the daytime, and then at nighttime, it's just full like heal itself.
Healing.
Yeah.
So you gotta get both. I mean, you can't have one without the other. Honestly, you don't need both, but it's nice to have.
You don't need anything.
Yeah.
Moving on to sunscreen. We know you guys love a good sunscreen or 2 or 3. So we finally got around to trying some of the classic cult favorites, including the Biore. Fel, I think, also recently did a video all about these products, right?
Yes, I used this one, which is the watery essence.
And this one is the watery gel.
And then we have the Anessa, the cult favorite, sun care milk. So let's start off with Biore first.
Biore. Both of these have their patented
Micro defense formula.
Yeah, and what that does is basically, it's, imagine like, I think in this one you can see it more clearly, where there's actually like white tiny capsules that when you work into your skin, it is able to get into even the more micro crevices of your skin to really give it a full coverage and full protection. Intense.
But the Japanese treat the sun seriously.
But you want your sunscreen to be intense. Of all the skincare steps, you want these babies to work. So the main difference between the watery gel and the watery essence, what would you say is the main difference? Besides the fact that one is chemical and one is hybrid.
Yeah, so you can tell that straight off the bat. This one, if you're looking for a completely invisible sunscreen and you want the lightest, it's like an essence, like in your skincare. It dissolves to just water.
Oh, wow.
So just having it refreshing the mems. So they're both really watery. This one's like more classically, but this
runny.
is like literally a gel, and it like is beautiful. When you work it in, it dissolves into that like water kind of texture.
Water bursting texture.
Yeah. So if you're looking for lightweight, invisible, barely there, it's like not even there. This is the sunscreen. And if you're not sensitive to chemical filters, this is perfect. They tested it for waterproof and sweatproof, so it's great for your everyday use. I just found that it was so perfect for the summer. Would I use this for winter? Maybe, but it would depend on like if I had a thicker moisturizer, because I really found that the texture of your sunscreen is dependent on the moisturizer you use beforehand, right? It doesn't matter if you have like a really lightweight sunscreen, if you have a really heavy, because so they work anywhere, it just depends. And I find that this just settles into a beautiful glow that's like skin-like.
The watery essence. Very subtle glow. The watery gel, I think it's more slightly whitening. I think that's also like the Asian, like Japanese look. And sometimes a lot of Korean sunscreens as well, where they'll give you this subtly brightening and brightening effect that some people may not like. I personally don't really mind it that much, but I also am fine without it. So I would say like personally, like chemical girl all the way. Watery essence is my pick, but the hybrid one, the watery gel, is also like a very beautiful texture. It just takes a bit longer to work into the skin, which I don't like doing, but it gets there.
So the thing with this is like if you have more sensitive skin, I would actually suggest you do this one because of the fact it's not a full chemical filtered sunscreen. So just make sure you shake it, and then you'll see the little bursts, and that's like basically your micro encapsulation. And this one I find is much more resilient. So it gives a much more nourished, protected look, where if I feel like you're gonna be sweating a lot, if it's really hot where you are, this is just more, because this will, I just feel, I can sweat it off and wipe it off more easily. Yeah, so this is actually much more protection. And it's enough where you can like go down, protect your like body. Pivoting off that one, very similarly, is the Anessa Sun Care Milk. So this is really watery. I actually love this maybe like the most. Normally, you know, we're not big on any kind of like tint, right? But as soon as you work it in, there is like the Japanese sunscreens and skincare make it so that it's not white. It's basically a glow. It's like radiance.
It's kind of like pink.
Yeah. Well, my thing skin is different from my face skin, so it looks very different. Because my face is actually a little bit fairer. But it's like the most beautiful skin-hugging finish, lightweight, but this one's more fragranced compared to these two, which have very light scent. This one you can smell like very floral.
I feel like for drier skin types, I tend to not appreciate or like I just don't gravitate towards more mattifying anything, and I would say this is a bit more mattifying compared to this, but it's not like a drying mattifying at all, and it's like subtly matte. It's not like matte.
I tried 5 days of 5 different sunscreens, and this one was like, you know, the character arc where you really hate this character at the beginning and then you love them. This one was like, I didn't appreciate it when I first put it on, but it held on and was my favorite by the end of the day because the finish was like so nice. So there's something about this formula, and I think that speaks of the price because this one is more expensive than these two, but once again, just up to you.
And all of these are like SPF 50 plus.
Yeah.
PA plus plus plus.
And I appreciate that the Japanese companies reformulate like every year. So it might look like the same packaging, but they're like amping it up. And this has been like, I think one of those cult favorite ones for a really long time, this brand. So chef's kiss. So
Dr. Wu, our favorite doctor. Is it our favorite doctor?
Yeah, our favorite Taiwanese doctor. It's like, Dr. Phil, move over. Just kidding. I was like, how do we describe Dr. Wu? Dr. Wu is essentially the Asian Decium.
Yeah.
Because like they use German tech and innovation, which explains the kind of weird name. It's like Hilah Complex, but it's got no vowels in complex. So they have patented technology that they instill into the different ranges. So there's the Mandelic range, which we expanded on, and the hyaluronic range that we expanded on.
Okay, let me just first sing the praise of this Hilah Complex Hydrating Gel Makeup Remover. It's in a texture that I've never seen before, because you know how oil is just either oil, and I think the most creative ones that we come across these days, it's the Crave, the jelly oil. This is like even more jelly.
It is.
It's like, you squeeze it out, and it's like, if you pass Jello through a nozzle, it like comes out and it's still kind of not fully
formed,
dissolved. Yeah, like Crave, it's this like
it's
fluid jelly.
Oil, yeah.
Yeah, this is like jelly. But then
is.
as you kind of touch it and work it into your skin, it just turns into this like oily texture.
It's like, but
it's
so
not really
light.
oil. Yeah, it's not really oil. But like it still does a good job at taking off your makeup.
Like, yeah, really good job. And they said that it's oil free. It's a magnet for everything. And it's just like a jelly cleanser. To think of like your gel cleanser and an oil makeup remover. So
It's
somewhere
like here.
It's
It's closer to the gel.
like Crave is here.
Yeah.
But this is closer to the gel. It's just like a touch of oil. Oh my God. So if you guys don't like oil, but you want the product to do its thing, whoa. Like, what is this?
Because you use this as an oil cleanser too.
Yeah.
You apply it to dry skin. You like very gently massage it in. It can take off the most stubborn makeup, and then you wash it off. And it washes off very nicely, very easily.
So then following your first step of cleansing, you use your oil cleanser, but not oil cleanser. And then you go in with a water-based. We have two. This is the Hilah Complex Hydrating Gel Cleanser, which is in the same
line.
And then we have the Mandelic Renewal Cleansing Mousse. So let's talk about this one first.
Okay, so this one, very, very interesting. It's free of oils, like 100% free of oils. However, the texture is like if you have gel and you liquefy it. So it still has this like plush, velvety consistency to it. It still holds its form, but it's a gel. It's not an oil.
It's like a dense gel.
Yeah.
Oh my God, their formulations are so on point.
The main ingredient is just the Hilah Complex, so hyaluronic acid.
Yes. So this will give you that like not overly stripped. It's got hyaluronic acid. The Hilah Complex is developed with a bunch of scientists that they patented, so only they have
And
that.
this is good for your skin barrier too. Skin barrier rebuilding.
Sometimes you want to find something with some active ingredients to really help with the pores.
Oomph.
Yeah, so I looked at my skin on the microscope and I can see even though it looks clear, like it's filled with oil, like up close. So cleansers like this are gonna help to like break down that filled oil sebum and bacteria on a daily basis.
So this is the Dr. Wu Mandelic Renewal Cleansing Mousse.
Yes.
For normal to combination skin. I actually tried using this and I feel like it wasn't super stripping like the classic Neutrogena ones we grew up
old
using.
school,
yeah, but it's still not as nourishing for someone with drier skin. Yeah.
Not as much as this one would be. Yeah. So I would say if you have combo, definitely if you have oily, Mandelic acid, oh my God. It's in the line of my favorite serum that they have, right? It helps to rebalance your T-zone. It really helps to control that oil production, helps with hyperpigmentation because it is a exfoliant, very gentle though. And mandelic acid is honestly my favorite acid. So that's why we love this.
Apple acid.
Yeah. And then we have the toner. This is the Intensive Hydrating Essence Toner. It sounds like counter.
It's so, because it's light.
Intense.
Yeah. I think when we first introduced Dr. Wu, I love this one, but the thick version. It's just like viscous water has that like plush feeling.
It's almost like a serum, but
Yeah,
not.
and this, I would say it's like quite similar in that it kind of holds its form. It's not like just immediately spreading and like running off of my hands. And it does still kind of have like that bounciness to it, but it is significantly lighter. It's just like water. This would be perfect for anyone with dry skin types. It would be perfect for anyone with dehydrated skin, even for you.
Super dehydrated.
No matter if you're normal, oily, anything, everyone can benefit from some hydration. And this is formulated specifically so that who has even more sensitive, prone skin can use as well.
And don't underestimate it. There's a lot of tech in here for hyaluronic acid.
Oh yeah, and there's also niacinamide, vitamin B3 and B5. So niacinamide and panthenol for your skin barrier.
So then, based on that, there's also an intensive hydrating gel. This is actually.
Oh, it's a gel. When I tried it for the first time, I was trying to show the camera and like a glob fell on my coffee table. You guys can see. Yes.
But even though it's a gel, it's one of those like deeply
nourishing.
nourishing, hydrating gels. Like this hydration will last you all day.
It will.
For sure. It's like it will not evaporate. It's got you. It's like that 72, you know how Clinique says 72-hour moisture surge or whatever. This is 72-hour moisture surge. So yeah, if you want that nourishment, like let's say you're dry skin, normal, whatever, and you like lighter consistencies, but they typically don't give you enough, something like this with all the intensely innovative hyaluronic acid is the real deal. And you will find that they are more expensive than, you know, your normal run-of-the-mill kind of Korean brands, but it's because so much goes into there. So once again, just think of Decium, but Dr. Wu.
And then do you want to briefly talk about your acne intensive treatment?
Guys, so this is a spot treatment that you can use over hyperpigmentation, active breakouts, texture, just light exfoliation. And what this does for me is really help to like bring the acne inflammation down and then kind of exfoliate just enough every day so that it gets back to brightened skin, even skin, untextured skin in a really gentle way. So if you don't want to use intense like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid all the time, and you want something that kind of does everything. To me, it's like very similar to azelaic acid, but just a little bit more potent. This is why I love mandelic acid.
One more thing for the mandelic, we also have their daily renewal body lotion for rough and acne prone skin, normal to combination skin type. So I think I wonder if you can use this if you have KP.
Yeah. Like if you have that rough, bumpy skin here, you need exfoliation.
Yes.
And guys, perfect for the summer. It's a gel texture. It's like clear gel for the body. Oh my God.
And I think because mandelic is like one of the milder AHAs, if you feel like your body may be sensitive or like if you just want to use something that's not as intense as what can be on the market, this is a great way to start.
Okay, so let's just call out some other ones. We added 3 more things. One is this eye cream. Beautiful, it comes with this
You've been talking about this for a while.
I know, and we finally got it.
Yes, guys. Ding.
Dude,
okay.
This thing.
This is, this baby's heavy.
Right?
And then you just.
Normally when we get sent eye creams, like this is just a plastic thing.
Oh my.
It's so good.
Wait, I'm already like drifting off into sleep and this is only the back of my hands. Wait, why have you not made me use this yet?
I told you about it.
Yeah, you have.
This is in the same range as my favorite ampule, you know, the Propolis 33 Royal Vita. So this is the eye cream. Don't need to say more about it. It's just really good. And then on top of that, in the line of the kombucha, you know, the tea essence that we have, now we have the face and body soap, which is like nothing you've ever tried. You work it into a lather and just a little bit glides over your entire body. and it's like got this like kind of stringy, it's kind of like snail mucin.
Like natto.
Yeah, and it just, oh my god, it goes everywhere.
Amazing.
So I actually use it for my face and then just like spread it all down. That bar of soap, man, like revolutionized my thoughts on it.
And then we have 2 more. One is the Face Story Cloud Puff Gentle Foam Cleanser with chaga and oats. Very soothing, very calming. It's like the microfoam. When you're really working it into your skin, it turns into this like very beautiful lather.
Yeah.
It's like plush lather that's milky,
cloud.
and then you just work it into your skin. I would say I still personally prefer gel textures, but this one, because it has such soothing, hydrating, calming ingredients like chaga and oat, is 2 ingredients that we talk about all the time. We love that. Like, I personally, 107 chaga cleanser, so one of my favorite cleansers of all time, and it removes makeup, if you guys remember. Like waterproof makeup from Fell's Face. And I would say like oat, we all know, is great for if your skin's ever sensitized, if it's ever freaking out and or pissed off. Fell has been having many, many moments with oat within the past couple of years.
It's the only thing that really can like stop itchiness in its tracks. So it's got both.
The very last thing, Beauty of Joseon,
Justin.
oil cleanser. Just think about that for a second. All right, bye.
So that about rounds up our Epic 3 category extension. I also want to remind you that every month in our e-magazine, we do a feature on one of the brands. So if you want like a deep dive into anything, make sure you're signed up to our newsletter because we come out with a free e-magazine every month. We're going to start doing specific e-magazine discounts for our shop because, you know, it's the beauty within world.
Yeah.
And then, all the other stuff. Follow our IG. We have a Beauty Within Shop IG, which is specifically deep dive into all the brands, and then our Beauty Within official. And we just want to always thank you guys for coming on this journey with us, and for anyone who's bought off the shop since we started, we really appreciate you. We're like learning so much along the way. It's like so hard, it's so gratifying, it's like everything. It's like blood, sweat and tears, including all of you guys, because we hear all of your comments. And
Our small but mighty team is working hard to make magic happen.
so thank you guys, and we'll see you really, really soon. Bye.